the final day of the English Premier League, and of course teams will be battling out to see who will be in which position. But of course there's no battle for the champions. Liverpool is already the champion. That was won long time ago. And we of course also know the teams that are going into relegation. That is also a known battle that was ended long time ago. However, there's a battle for the European sports. 4 teams will be vying to join Arsenal, Liverpool, and of course Tottenham Hotspur, who won the Europa League. And those teams are Newcastle United, which will also be vying for this position. We have Manchester City, we'll be struggling to see that they also be in the positions. We have Aston Villa, and of course one other team in the Premier League, that is Chelsea, will also be trying to see that they get a spot in the European football. But before we start off, we are going to the streets with Peter to see what the fans have to say. If football lives in your chest like it does in ours, then there's no other place to be apart from Fans with Mics, where world football lives on the streets. Let's first go with Peter on the streets, then we shall be back.
Webale nnyo ifo mukisa guno ogumpereddwa olunaku lwaleero nsinzidde wano ekungu ekyanja nga tugenda kulaba bannaffe abawagizi ba ttiimu ya Manchester United wamu ne ttiimu ya Arsenal nga bagenda kuba nga basamba empira egigalwawo season eno ku ssaawa 12 ez'akawungeezi. Okusaidi eno nnyimiridde bannaffe aba Manchester United nga kusaidi eno nnyimiridde ne munnaffe owa Arsenal mukulu Waswa agenda kuba nga atuwa endowooza ye kikyasuubira ku mutendesi we Mikel Arteta ekyagenda okusobola okuba nga akola season ejja oba yeetaaga obudde okusigala ku ttiimu ya Manchester ya Arsenal okusobola okuba wangulira ekikopo Silverware mu ggwanga Bungereza. Nga olunaku olwaleero ekibuuzo kyaffe kigenda tandika ne bannaffe aba ttiimu ya Arsenal mu kanyomero kaffe kano aka Mike to the Streets nga bannaffe bano aba Arsenal tugenda babuuza ekibuuzo nti nno omutendesi wammwe Mikel Arteta yeetaaga bbanga yeetaaga season mmeka okusobola okuwangulira ttiimu ya Arsenal ekikopo. Mukulu Waswa tukwaniriza nnyo.
Neyanziza omukisa guno ogumpeereddwa. Ndi muwagizi wa Arsenal nga we muwulidde amanya nze Waiswa Jebron nga ndi mutuze w'ekyebando era ndi musambi wa mpiira era nguwagira nnyo. Mikel Arteta ebbanga naligambye nti liweddeyo naye ate buli season afuna hiccups oba afuna ebimulemesa okutwala. Kati nga season eno yafuna injuries towards January. Lwakubeera kyadda gyali nti yali alina okugenda mu katale n'atagenda. Abasambi abali bayite nnyo nga Bukayo Saka yalwala n'abeera hesitant n'agaana okukola ki ogenda mu katale. N'alwaza nga talina mwenda yakonvatinga midfielder n'amuza ku mwenda kati nga goal era tezinywa kati ekyetaagisa ndowooza kugenda mu katale kufuna ba backups ku wings zombi ne mwenda wali oba ba mwenda babiri ekyo kiba kijja kumala abasootwala league.
Awe nyini mundowooza zammwe mulowooza ttiimu yaffe ya Manchester United ki Robert Amorim kyetaaga okukola timu okuddayo mu bifo bye twagimanyiramu ebya top 5?
Amanya agange nze Kasakya Johnson omuwagizi wa Manchester United. Era Manchester United njagala nnyo naye amazima gali nti Manchester United season eno tekoze bulungi olw'ensonga ezimu. Kale wadde kochi ye nga ye ayina amazima gali nti ayina okugula abasambi ayina okugula abasambi buli mu kangambe buli mu namba. Ate nekyala kochi alina okwesiga emijeki emito tagenda buli kiseera kubeera nga tulina abasambi mu kisaawe batalina nga bamu tebatugasa ate nga ye ayagala obateeka mu kisaawe. For example kati omupiira ogwa Spurs gwe batukubye kochi aleeta amusambi lwakuba nti ye amanyi nti oba yamusanyusa mu match eri kati for example Mount lwakuba mu match eri yakuba goal 2 ate n'amuleeta n'aleka abasambi abalina enkizo ku ttiimu abasobola okutwalira ekikopo ye nga aleeta abasambi bawulya bakola ki bayagala. Ekyo kochi wa final kikyusamu n'ekirala nsuubira kochi oba naligambye ekyobudde naye ekyobudde at least omuntu osolomu obudde naye ng'olaba alina kyayinza okukola oba nga alina kyayinza okuteeka ku ttiimu mu maaso naye nga kochi naye alina okwetereezaamu.
Tweyanza nnyo olw'endowooza yo. Katufuna n'okumukulu Ibrahim atuwe ku ndowooza ye ku Manchester United Robert Amorim byetaaga okukola okuzza ttiimu ya Manchester mu bifo biri bye twagimanyiramu. Yesebo Ibrahim tukwaniriza.
Manya nze muganwa Ibrahim ntwalo mu kisobbe baza okutukyalirako. Ekisookera ddala ku Manchester United balegendi boogera nnyo.
Yesebo tumenyemenye lwaki boogera nnyo.
Boogera nnyo buli musambi ajja bamutematemo yasobola oyo tasobola.
Wewe balegendi nga babiri.
Asookera ddala Poscozi adda ku musambi n'amuvuma olw'okubanga match emwegaanye naye ng'emu esobola okugaana endala n'erama. kitegeere ekyokubiri omutendesi olina okuba omukujjukujja okusinga kuba wagizi bakafiri webeeganye naawe oyiiyaamuuko ng'omutendesi n'omanya kino kiganye kati katuzimbemuuko ku kirala kuba wajja wakati mu season wedde nga season etambuddeko abasajja nga bali fresh okusinga ku sisitimu yo kitegeeza sisitimu bwe baba bagikuba bwe baba bagiyiga bwizi babanga abaana abatengerera babasira omuyyo oba olina okusooka n'obamanyiiza gye badde bakuba kuba toyinza kujja nonyonnyola muntu omusambi asobola osiba n'okugaba nga yakamala nakukiika n'ogamba mbunna ate kati tasobola kitegeera kati gwe omutendesi naawe obaako obunafu bwo kubanga togenda zaalayo baana bo mbuno ne bagenda okuba bakafiri.
Tuwulidde endowooza y'abannaffe aba Manchester United awo wennyini wengenda okusinziira okubabuuza ekibuuzo ekiddako nga kigamba nti no ttiimu ya Manchester United sizoni ezo ezaggwa ye ttiimu ekyasinze okubeera n'ebikopo ebingi ebya Premier League ne ttiimu ya Liverpool. Awo wennyini wensinzira okubabuuza ekibuuzo kino Ruben Amorim anaasobola okukikola sizoni ejja?
Sizoni ejja tekijja kuba kyangu kubanga akyalina okuddamu okwetereeza n'okugenda nga akyusakyusa mu sisitimu gy'asamba kuba buli mupiira olina mu Premier League ogimanyi buli mupiira ogubala lwagwo tojja gambu nogenda kuba bakafiri ojja omale gakitwala nga waliwo abasajja beetaaga okwongeramu ekitono ate nga ggwe weetaaga kingi.
Kale mukulu Kasakya mu bigambo byo bibiri Ruben Amorim anaasobola okutwala ekikopo sizoni ejja oba anaasobola okuteeka Manchester United mu bifo bye twagimaliramu nesobola okuddamu okwalifalingira Champions League?
Tajja kusobola, alina kuzimba buzimbi ge mazima.
Okomenkereza ng'ogamba asigale oba nedda?
Nkomekereza ngamba tumuwemu obudde tulabe.
Awo tusinzira nga tubuuza nga tumaliza akanyomero kaffe kano aka Mike to the Streets. Tiimu ki gye mulaba esinze okukolera ddala obubi ng'ovudde ku ezo esatu ze baasalako edda? Tiimu ki gye musinze okulaba nga ekolera ddala obubi sizoni eno? Atandike ne bannaffe ba Arsenal. Yes, mukulu Waswa.
Nze nja kulowooza nti ttiimu esinze okukola obubi era ya Man United. Olwa bye balina vis-a-vis ne ekifo kye bamaliddemu tebalina nnyo kye bakoze kyamaanyi. Abasambi balina buli kimu kyamaanyi ekyabwe naye ate tebasobodde kumekinga kintu ekyo kumalirako wagguluko ekifo ekye-16 kifo sikirabangako nga Man United emalidde mu kifo bwe kityo.
Awo wennyini mukulu Waswa asobodde okuwa endowooza ye naye nze okusinziira ku nze endowooza yange eri nti Manchester United fine tesobodde kubanga ekola bulungi naye twagirabanga esamba final za Europa League ezimu ku liges mu Bulaaya ez'amaanyi. Katusinzirawo neera tubuuze n'abakuba naffe aba Arsenal bawa ndowooza ki ku ttiimu esinze okukolera ddala obubi sizoni eno abawagizi ba Manchester United nga omukulu wa Arsenal agambye Manchester United ekoze bubi nnyo. Basebo endowooza yammwe nga tuggalawo.
Tetujja kwegaana ffe abasinze okukola obubi.
Bakikiriza bannaye.
Ffe abasinze okukolera ddala obubi nnyo.
Nsonga ssatu lwaki mukoledde ddala bubi nnyo?
Okusinziira ku basambi be tulina n'omutendesi gwe twali tusuubiramu essuubi. Mutuufu tetulina kye tukoze. Manchester United okumalira mu kifo ekyo kye tumaliddemu mutuufu it's a big shame. Tuswadde nnyo naye Mukama atuyambe season ejja twetereeze naye nga season eno ffe abasingidde ddala okukola obubi.
Amawulire agayitingana galaga nti no Manchester United yagala kujjako basambi abasinga obungi. Basambi bameka boyagala basigale ku ttiimu ya Manchester United nga gamba balina enkizo ezitwala Ruben Amorim mu bifo biri ebya Manchester United. Mukulu
abasambi bennyinza okugamba balina ku nkizo ate saazi nate Manchester etabe bamwera beetadde katale.
Yesebo tuweyo babiri
kati nga baganakyo woba omukutte bulungi kuba omusambi yenna wakujjukiza nakunnyonnyola namukumakuma nakukolera kyoyagala ne Kobe Mayino naye ate bakulaga be batunda nga Beriksen ate nabo babwereere kati kyesikakasi abasoba nagula squad namba ate nga be badde balina okusigala lyessuubi.
Kale awo wennyini nga tufundikira akanyomero kaffe kano aka Mike to the Streets. Back to you, I sign out.
It's Fans with Mics, where world football lives on the streets. And we are back. It's halftime, 10 games in action, of course, but our attention is going to be paid to the 5 fixtures that are going to determine who will be in Europe next season. Of course, we already know Liverpool through, Arsenal through, and of course Tottenham Hotspurs managed to go to Europe after knocking out Manchester United in the Europa League. With me is Barnett. Of course, we are going to have an analysis here with the other fans and want to understand first of all, Barnett, as you look at the games at halftime right now, as you can see, first of all, the table as it stands right now, Liverpool still leads, of course, with 83 points. Arsenal in second position with 72 points. Man City, as we speak, qualifies with 71 points. Chelsea also will be qualifying as if it stays like that because 0-0 at halftime. It qualifies with 69 points. Newcastle has 67 points. And of course, Aston Villa 67. And Nottingham Forest is the other team that will be battling out to be that it's among the top 5 that will go into the Champions League with 65 points. You're looking at these teams and it's halftime. Aston Villa has a red card. It hasn't been the best half they have had. It's still 0-0 with Manchester United. Already Man City has a one leg of course now confirmed because they only needed a draw to confirm their position in the Champions League. Who do you think is joining Manchester City, as I can maybe confirm right now? Manchester City, Arsenal and Liverpool.
Basing on today's game 38, on the teams that are playing, Newcastle will join the teams that will play in the European competitions. Chelsea will join too. Are in those 5 teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Europa League, Bournemouth will play Europa League. Nottingham will play Europa League. I think Chelsea is going to win this game. And which other team is playing?
Of course, we also have Brighton is also going to play. It's playing to play in the Conference League. There are also those positions that they have to play for.
Conference League, yeah. Brighton and Crystal Palace, maybe, yeah.
As we speak, Crystal Palace is leading Liverpool 1-0 at halftime. We hope probably Liverpool maybe is very relaxed after winning that championship. Do you see them coming back to do anything, or do you see Newcastle, Crystal Palace really wanting this game?
Crystal Palace wants this game. It's a very crucial game to its qualification in the Conference League, having that it won the FA Cup. I think Crystal Palace will eventually win this game. Yeah.
So basically, you're saying we are going to have Liverpool in first position. We are expecting to have Arsenal, of course, is also confirmed second position, and the other spots they up to from 3 to 5. We have Man City. You're confirming that you shall have Man City, Newcastle, and Chelsea joining the other teams.
Exactly, Yusuf. The first position we have Liverpool, which are the champions. Second we have Arsenal, which have already taken the second position. Third position it's Man City. By the way, it's too magical Man City to claim the third position. I couldn't believe it. I thought these guys would qualify for Europa League, but surprisingly they are going to qualify for the Champions League, having their master on their tactics, Pep Guardiola. And Newcastle is going to take the 4th position. Then Chelsea coming in, and Bournemouth in the 5th position.
So in other words, you're saying Aston Villa might move to the 6th position?
Yes, exactly. Aston Villa. This game, it will draw. The game will draw. Aston Villa and Man United, it will be a draw.
So you don't see Aston Villa coming out of this game?
No, I don't see it.
Okay.
It won't lose.
It won't lose?
Yeah, it won't lose.
We are going for the second half. 10 games are in action as we speak. We shall be coming back and we shall be asking the same questions, probably even bigger and better. It's Fans with Mics on the streets, where world football lives on the streets. And we are going to come back at the end of the 90 minutes and we shall be discussing what we see right now as it goes on. Fans with Mics, where world football lives on the streets. It's the final day of the English Premier League. And of course, it's been an epic day. Well, it was called here in Uganda. I don't know how it was in your area, but of course, it's Fans with Mics, where world football meets the streets. And here we are, where we are going to discuss the final epitome, the final products, the final everything that has happened in the English Premier League this season. And of course, I'm here with one and only Barnett, the man who has managed to come out in this weather, because the weather was not nice. We had a very heavy downpour earlier on, which of course disorganized our plans, but here we are. Burnett, chiri here.
Chirikiriya, game 38, ewedde, katutunulira ku bintu birala.
Game 38 it was. 10 games tonight, and of course your prediction almost came to pass with Liverpool leading. That one was assured. Arsenal was assured in the second position, and then we had Manchester City beating Fulham because we expected them. They only needed a draw anyway, and of course we had Chelsea coming in the third position, Newcastle coming in the mix, and then the biggest surprise of the night, Aston Villa missing out on the top 5.
Yeah, it had to miss out. It had to miss out because Man United was full of grievances. People, many questions were rising. Will Man United win this game? Because it had no purpose. Although it won it, although it lost it, there was no purpose of winning this game. But eventually they had to.
No, it had a purpose because you see, Manchester United now finishes probably in the 15th position.
Maybe.
In terms of positions.
In terms of positions, it was a purpose, but there is no way it could convince its fans. Yeah.
Okay, now that the season is ended, Liverpool are the champions of the English Premier League. Arsenal will be going to the Champions League, joins Liverpool. Newcastle will go to the Champions League. Manchester City will be going to the Champions League, and of course Chelsea takes the last spot. And of course they are joined by Tottenham Hotspur, who won the Europa League after beating Manchester United. Very big questions are coming up. We are looking at the worst and the best of the season. As I told you, Fans with Mics gives you an opportunity to comment. Leave your comment. First of all, first subscribe. Very important. Subscribe. Subscribe to our channel where world football is on the streets. And once you subscribe, make sure you comment, because these ones are our opinions. And we're looking at the best and worst of the English Premier League in this season. We shall start with, of course, the team of the year.
Team of the year, it's Liverpool. To me, it's Liverpool, because they have made they have created a win-to-win phase, winning all the games. We can say they have won all the games. Yeah, that's my team of the season.
Liverpool remains the team of the season, of course, having won the English Premier League. I'll also go with Liverpool. Coach of the year.
Coach of the year, Ancelotti.
Why?
The fact that we've seen influential figures leaving clubs and we expect setbacks, but he has kept the club up on its level, winning it its 20th. You know, it's been crucial. The 20th Premier League title, equaling to Man United. Yeah. It's been Ancelotti.
Me, I'll give it to Nuno Espirito of Nottingham Forest. Of course, Nottingham Forest has finished in the 7th position, but by the mere fact that it has given the big boys a run in the top 5 and finishing in the 7th position, and of course ensuring they will be playing European football next season, that's a big plus for Nuno Espirito with the average players he has had. Of course, he says the likes of Liverpool, Ancelotti was good, but when you look at the players, well, that's my opinion. You can make yours. And when we go to the player of the season.
My player of the season has been Mohamed Gareth Salah.
So I think we also agree. Mo Salah has had a good season, and he takes it, he deserves it. I don't know what you think. We go to the player of the year. Young player.
Young player of the year. I know it's been decided. It's the Dutchman Ryan Gravenberch. It's been decided he's the young player of the year. But to me, it's Miles Lewis-Kelly. That boy has been tremendous this season, playing the Champions League. You see, he's been playing with mature players. Everyone has been marking him. He's been giving the opponents hard time. Miles Lewis-Kelly, to me.
Again, I think we agree. Miles Lewis-Kelly, for me, on the big stage, and especially when you're facing the big boys. One iconic moment, of course, when he was facing Manchester City. I still remember that, and when he scored a goal. Wow, what a beauty it was. Miles Lewis-Kelly, has it for me too. Now we go to the worst team of the season.
My worst team of the season is Tottenham Hotspurs. Tottenham Hotspurs has done no job. Better it would be in the relegation other than staying. I don't expect much next season from that team. Having players like Richarlison. Richarlison is a player that they bought from Everton. We thought he would be a top striker, but he didn't show any vital role.
My worst team of the season, I'm sorry, but it's Manchester United. Yeah. Manchester United move at the season, yeah, no. Let's just accept that, and maybe next season, please, be better. You can't finish in that position. A team of that pedigree, a team of that stature, a team of that, everything that we know about Manchester United, you can't finish in that position and be happy. So,
talking about Manchester United, this is a team that outspent all the Premier League teams. It spent more money. It wouldn't be performing like this. We expect much more.
Okay, now we are going for the final stretch. We are looking at the best team of the season. If you were to be given, of course, I don't. You play fantasy football?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, now give me your fantasy team of the season. Now, based on the performance that we've had this season.
I'll start with the goalkeeper. I'll go with Raya.
David Raya, your best keeper?
The best keeper. Okay. Of course, every team that would want to win the Premier League title would have a person like David Raya. Of course, he's winning the Golden Glove. I think he's going to share it with Nick Pom. Yeah, and he's just been like that. He's been an outstanding player, goalkeeper in those polls.
On the right wing?
On the right wing, I will go with Munoz. The Colombian right back has been a good player for Crystal Palace. No other right back has made 50 tackles than Munoz.
On the left flank?
On the left, I will go with Miles Lewis Kelly. The young boy, he's 17 years. He has been initiating attacks, playing for us in the UEFA Champions League, giving opponents hard time. I think I will go in the left back. I will go with Miles Lewis Kelly.
Centre back.
Centre back on the right centre back position. I will go with Virgil van Dijk. The physicality he has shown, the leadership, he's been a good centre back. And on the left centre back, I will go with the Brazilian Gabriel Magalhães. He's a goal scoring threat. His ability to win the aerial duels, I think, makes him a great centre back.
And in the midfield,
alongside Virgil van Dijk. And in the midfield, I was in the central defensive midfield position. I'll go with Moise Caicedo. The willingness to involve himself in the passing makes him a great CDM. And on the left midfield, I'll go with Declan Rice. Declan Rice has made a tremendous job. Well, alongside on the right position, I'll go with Bruno Guimaraes. You see, he has taken Newcastle places. And on my right wing, I'll go with Mo Salah. No other player has done an outstanding job than Mo Salah. Mo Salah has been good. Of course, he has involved himself in 43 goals. And on the number 10 position, I'll go with Matheus Cunha. The Brazilian has been very good this season. Of course, no one can question his contribution. Wolves has stayed in the Premier League, and we all saw that Wolves is going to be relegated, but he has scored 10 goals. He has made four intentional assists this season. And then number 9 position, I'll go with Alexander Isak. Well, you can see Sweden is producing top strikers. Gyökeres is one of them. We've seen Isak. Isak has scored 23 goals this season. He's among the top number 9s in Europe. His area existence, with his presence, defenders will have to panic. And number 11, I'll go with Brian Mbeumo. The Cameroonian has been very good, mostly his partnership with Wissa. He has done a tremendous job. He has scored, I think, 16 goals. He's been a good player for Brentford this season. Yeah, that's my squad.
Okay, I'll not be measuring my squad because of time, but of course, if you have your squad and you feel that what Banet has shared is not what you feel should be, or you may have a slight change, please go into the comments. First of all, subscribe to Fans with Mics, where world football lives on the streets, and make sure that you leave a comment for us, because this is our final day in the English Premier League, but there's a lot more that is coming. Again, if football lives in your chest like it does in ours, there's only one place that you can be, and that's Fans with Mics, here, where world football lives on the streets. See you soon.